In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front brakes on your Ford Focus. They're located behind the front wheels. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our wheel. Remove the spring clip first. I'm going to use a pair of wire cutters to hold onto it and pull it out. Take these caps off. Inside, you're going to use a 7mm Allen wrench to remove these slide bolts. Get the other one loose. Do the same in the bottom. Sometimes you have to press down as you're pulling it out to make it slide out as it's coming out. Now you're going to take off your caliper off the bracket. I use a pry bar and I just work it back and forth, and it should come off eventually. Make sure you have a caliper hanger ready or a bungee cord when you hang up your caliper. You're going to want to hang your caliper up, and now we can take off our brake pad on the other side and the front. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to take out these bolts that are holding the bracket on. Make sure you're holding onto the bracket and take it off. You can use a punch to get your slides out. And we're going to clean these up and lubricate them. Using a 9mm socket, we're going to loosen up our bleeder screw here. That way when we compress our piston, the old brake fluid comes out here. Make sure you have a drip pan below. And once you have it compressed completely, you can shut the bleeder. Just remember, you're going to have to put some brake fluid back in. All right, now that you're done with that, remove this. Take off the pad by pulling on both ears of that pad and take it out. Now we're going to get some brake dust off our caliper. Let that drip dry. And we're going to clean out these rubber slide holders. I'm using a punch and a rag just to clean out whatever's in there. And now we're going to put some silicone paste in here. Remove your rotor. Now you're going to clean off your hub. There's a lot of anti-seize on this, so it shouldn't be too rusty. You can use a wire brush. Make sure you remove any debris, rust, buildup on the hub. Clean it off with some brake parts cleaner. Let it air dry. Now that you've cleaned that off, you're going to put some anti-seize on the hub. Now you can put your rotor on. I like to hold mine on with a lug nut. And now we're going to clean off our bracket and caliper. So now we're going to clean up our bracket for our caliper and our slides. First I'm going to remove any silicone paste or whatever they've used on these slides and clean them up. You can inspect these, make sure there's no pitting. Now I'm going to clean this. I'm going to use my tool here to begin. Just get some big stuff off. I'm using something that doesn't take off metal, it just takes off the rust. Now you can use a wire brush and get the rest clean and rust free. You can use some brake parts cleaner to rinse. It also keeps the dust down. Get in the creases with a flathead screwdriver. The cleaner this is, the easier time your pads are going to have sliding. right, so now we're going to go to our slides. We've already wiped them clean, dry them off if they got anything on them, and put some silicone paste on these like that. And just set them off to the side for when we install. Next, we're going to go on the car and clean up our other side of the caliper. Let's install our bracket. Set it up, line up your bolt hole with your bolt, and start it by hand. Do the same on the top. Tighten these bolts and torque them to 129 foot-pounds. Put some silicone paste here. Not too much, just enough to keep things from rusting and also to help those pads slide since there's no tins. I like to finger paint it on. Now we're going to put our pad in, make sure it's facing this way. Line it up, hold your caliper like this and push in. You're going to spin your caliper down, slide it onto the rotor and the other pad. Make sure everything's sitting right. Now we're going to put our slides in. You might have to pick up your caliper a little bit to have it line up correctly. Once you feel like you're in there, you can get it started by hand. Do the one on the top, same way. Snug it up. And we're going to torque these to 21 foot-pounds. Just clean up your area. Make sure there's no excess silicone paste anywhere. You don't want to get that on your brakes or your rotors. Make sure you put your caps on where your slider pins are. Do the same on the top. Put a little anti-seize in here. And then you're going to put your spring clip on by starting it on one side, inserting this on the other, and pushing this in. Make sure you remember to remove your lug nut if you used one to hold the rotor run. Put your wheel on. And you're going to start your lug nuts by hand. I'm just tighten them up. I usually go for the bottom one first and just hold it in. Walk the wheel on. Now we can torque them. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.